Chubstep.
Creating the oil of judgment.
Steed.
Chub. Step.
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the king of the jungle.
You want a beer, dude?
Yeah, slip me one. I love a nice cold beer.
What's on this?
Mrs. Butterworth's.
Go get it. That's rum. Read labels.
Is it bad?
Not really.
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
And the show started.
And hello, and welcome back to Season 2, Episode 4 of Chubstep.
I think it's 5. I think it's actually 5.
Welcome back to Episode 5 of chubstep.podcast@gmail.com.
That's the email. That's the email. The podcast is just called Chubstep. But yes, you can email us, chubstep.podcast@gmail.com.
Yeah.
It was good. I mean, it was a good attempt at an intro. We've only done 5 episodes, I guess, this season, if you want to look at it that way. If you want to look in total, it's a lot more than that. But you're getting good at the intros. You're working on it.
Yeah, I did like what Aaron Rodgers did, and I just smoked ayahuasca, and I went into a tent, and I did not emerge for 2 weeks. 2 weeks time.
Good.
So, look at me. I'm wearing a collared shirt right now. Chubstep has never seen this level of professionalism.
I would agree. It's very impressive. You look very professional, even with your Arizona Cardinals glasses they're wearing right now. Check us out on the YouTube Chubstep podcast.
Yeah, even though I was a day and 30 minutes late to this recording. Also.
About so.
So I apologize to the people.
Okay, Steed, I'm worried about your headphones, which might affect
They might die.
sound quality.
They
Might
might
die.
die.
So maybe we get to the juice of what we're trying to get to, and then if we have extra time at the end, then we can talk about other stuff.
Screw it.
When I'm saying the juice, that is what we're talking about, night vision.
Yes, we are talking about night vision because somebody emailed the show at chubstep.podcast@gmail.com.
Yes. I'm going to read the email, and this is what inspired this. And we do have another one that we have to get to at another point. I think we're going to do one on Legos at some point. I want to get somebody that's actually kind of a professional Lego builder to be on the show when we do that.
Okay. Yeah, I've never built a Lego before, so.
I meant a pro, Steed, somebody from Lego Masters. Anyway, this is from Chubstep Mike. It says, "Hi, Steed and J-Rad, longtime listener, first time chubber. I have a Steed science question for you." And that's also not true. Yeah, it's not even close to her. How does night vision work? And why is it black and white or green? It has been around for a while now. Why can't we get color night vision? It seems like the big night vision corporations are stuck in the past. Any clarity you can provide on this topic would be greatly appreciated. Your warmest regards, Chubstep Mike. And then it's a picture of Jeff Goldblum shirtless.
Okay, good. That'll get us to notice your email right there. That's how you send an email.
Because it's a link and it says Bing Bang Boom. And then you click on the link and it's a picture of and it's him when he's injured in the first Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm very familiar with that image.
Yeah, so am I. Okay. So do you want to before we answer Mike's question, I thought we would go through a little bit of the history of it, if that's okay with you, Steve.
Yeah, hit the history of night vision because if people are wondering, I go outside sometimes and I don't see no good. What if I had a device to see more good? That's what people wonder.
People are saying that all the time.
Blood alone moves the wheels of history. Have you ever asked yourselves in an hour of meditation, which everyone finds during the day, how long we have been striving for greatness?
Some men just want to watch the world burn.
America is the richest, most powerful nation on earth. If America was a woman, America would be a big titty woman. And everybody loves a big titty woman.
In less than an hour, aircraft from here will join others from around the world. And you will be launching the largest aerial battle in the history of mankind.
Ladies and gentlemen, Chub History.
Please clap.
Okay, here's a couple things I got for you. So,
okay,
some of these things it's interesting because they're kind of debated about the exact start, but the most accurate thing I seem to find is invented by somebody named Klamen Tihiani in
Yeah,
1929.
Klamen.
Klamen Tihiani, 1929. It was kind of an
Mm-hmm.
electronic television
Oh.
camera for the night, and it was kind of developed for Britain's air defenses. But in
Mm.
1939, the Germans were actually the Nazis. I'll call them Nazis. That's what they
Yeah,
were.
you can call them that.
They were using it in World War II. Quickly followed by the Allies. Germans were using it. Allies figured it out right after. This is called Generation Zero. This is like the first iteration of this. Basically, it was
Uh-huh.
so
Mm-hmm.
big that they had to put it on the back of a truck to move it. Like it was not like something you wear in
They
your
were
head.
using it, but not well.
And basically, so if you have it on a truck, then it's this massive thing, and everybody just sees it wasn't effective because it's like,
No.
and so it
Hey, what's
only,
that truck? What's that glowing truck doing?
yeah, yes, and it only illuminated things 1,000 times more than, what the light
That you
that's
could
there,
see.
which seems like a lot, but I think when you hear
There's
later
not that
about the
much. That's
technologies, it's not very much at all. Well, you realize this is really mostly used in military. So some of the stuff is going to be some basic military stuff. I'm not trying to do
hmm
stolen valor here, Steed. I have used night
yeah.
vision in video games.
Okay, I've used night vision extensively. IRL.
Okay.
Yeah, so
So,
if need be, I'll jump in.
okay. So I'm going to get the stuff all before you would have joined the military.
Yeah,
So
I actually have looked
1960s.
through some old stuff.
Okay, nice. So
hmm
1960s, it was used during Nam.
Yeah, now I'm the Starlight.
And a lot of times it was not only the soldiers on the ground fighting through the jungles, but also pilots.
Yeah,
Uh, then Desert Storm happens in the 90s, early 90s. There was a general that said it was the biggest advantage they had. You think about like if you're fighting somebody, if you're a rich country and you've got, a lot of money in your defenses and you have a thing where you can literally see at night and the enemy doesn't, that's a huge advantage.
it's a pretty, as it turns out, it's a
Yeah.
gigantic advantage.
Yes.
And when you add in things like IR flashlights, so you can, if it, I'll get into it in the how it works.
Yes. Yes. Okay. Then here was a big event that it was used in one of the bigger military raids. When the Navy SEALs went to kill Osama bin Laden, I
hmm
believe it was 2011. They were using night vision goggles because it was done at nighttime.
Yeah,
So they go in
checks out.
Osama bin Laden's compound, they break in, end up killing him. He's dead. Bad guy. He was a bad guy. It's pretty clear.
He was a bad guy.
Yeah, he's definitely a bad guy. So they found a series of things in his compound. Have you heard about this, Steve? There's a series of things they found, and he was dead. People are looting. It's basically the Navy SEALs are looting this thing. They're going to see what they can find.
hmm
He had a 228-page diary. He had his
Okay,
son's wedding video.
good.
He had some video games like Super Mario Brothers and Counter-Strike.
Yeah, you get bored out there. I get it.
Yep. He had videos of himself practicing public speeches, like recording himself
Okay.
practicing a speech, and then he would rewatch it, I
Yeah.
guess, to get a thing.
I get anxiety sometimes. I get that.
There was documentaries of himself that he had.
Okay, I mean, you gotta know what the pundits are
Yes.
saying.
There
hmm
was porn. They found porn. Now, apparently,
What? What?
multiple people have done FOIA requests, Freedom of Information Acts,
Ah,
and nobody
yeah.
nobody knows what the what the porn he was into is. People have
I
speculated,
need to
but
know.
yeah, they've not released what that is, but multiple people have tried. And then the other thing they found were normal movies, non-pornographic films. Some of the films were Cars, Chicken Little,
Jesus, that's worse than porn.
Ice Age: Dawn of Dinosaurs from 2009. So Steve, he had children at the time, so they think hopefully that's why he had it. If not,
Doubt it.
very weird anyway.
Doubt
So
it. You're defending Osama.
I'm not defending us. I said either way, he's a bad guy. Okay. Ice Age: Dawn of Dinosaurs, found in Osama bin Laden's compound,
Not good.
stars John Leguizamo, who plays Sid. He plays the little
Oh, here we
squirrel
go.
guy.
I know where this is going.
Yes. So he appeared in The Happening
Okay.
with
Great
Mark
movie.
Wahlberg in
Yep.
2008.
hmm
The Happening. Mark Wahlberg starred in The Departed in 2006 with Matt Damon.
Yes, he did.
Matt Damon, as we know, started Dogma 1999 with Ben Affleck.
Yeah,
Ben Affleck, obviously, we've talked about him a lot,
obviously.
tied to night vision goggles. Ben Affleck, also in the movie Some of All Fears, the Tom Clancy novel, movie based on Tom Clancy novel, co-starring Morgan Freeman. There's a scene in that where he's wearing night vision goggles.
Wow.
So Ben Affleck
It would have been a
tied
lot
to
easier to just go from that.
well,
To Ben
yeah, but then I could have tied it to Osama bin Laden's compound.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Which was one of the biggest raids and
Yeah.
the history of the
It
thing.
wasn't even that big of a raid. They kind of just shot like a bunch of unarmed people in the middle of the night after they
Okay, you're
crashed
right.
a
There wasn't
helicopter
much-
in their backyard.
They did crash a helicopter, yes, but I guess it was
Really
big.
expensive helicopter too. I want to point that out.
Well, they're all pretty expensive, to be fair. There's not
This
many
one
cheap
was like
helicopters.
top of the line.
Yeah. Well, I guess you're right. As far as like if you were to, recreate the battle, it's not that crazy, but it's just, it was a big achievement for people that were trying to hunt it down for a long time. And it was
Yeah.
successful if you count killing Osama bin Laden as the objective, which it was. So there you go. Ben Affleck.
Ben Affleck. Wow. I didn't know he had so much to do with night vision.
Yeah.
That's great. Well, I expected it, but good for him.
Nice. All right, Steve, I'll let you go to to answer Mike's question with the science of this.
Okay, yeah. So a lot of people are wondering, what's the steed science behind night vision goggles?
Everything in this world is made up of matter. And those matters behave with each other in certain ways. And that, students, is chemistry. Everything in this world is made up of matter. And those different matters behave amongst each other in different ways. And that, children, is steed science.
And really, this breaks down into two categories. The first category being, I think is from Zoolander, you enhance. You just sit there and you enhance. This is when you take the already normal ass photons. We already went over photons in a prior episode. Look up the light bulb episode if you want to learn about what photons do.
Okay.
Because we got really deep in there about like photons hitting your eyeballs and some other stuff. It got out of control. So when it's nighttime and it's dark out, you don't have as many photons bumping around. This is why the need for night vision arose. Photons are big. They come from the sun. They come from light bulbs. They are bullshit, but again, listen to the light bulb episode. You'll figure it out. So if you have the enhanced method, you collect these tiny amount of photons, right? They go into the night vision goggles. These photons go into a special layer of, hang on, let me look at a photocathode. Photons go into the photocathode, right?
Yeah.
Photocathode. This is like a layer. Imagine like a lens on a glass is. And this is what your night vision goggle is made of. It hits the first layer, the photocathode. It takes these photons, and the photons make a bunch of electrons. Numerous electrons, more electrons than there was photons. These electrons smash into the next layer of glasses, the microchannel plate. Okay? This microchannel plate is a tiny glass disc with millions of microscopic holes made using fiber optic technology, of course. It's in a vacuum for some reason, and it has some metal electrodes on either side of the microchannel plates. And these electrons smash into it, and it, for some reason, makes light. It makes light somehow. When the electrons exit the channel, they make light.
I know some of these words.
It's very confusing. They hit atoms, these electrons, so it goes, all right, let's recap. Photons.
Explain it as if I were a child.
Explain as you would a child.
Okay, photons smash into the plate. The plate breaks into lots of pieces, but keeps going, and then it hits into the pool, the hot tub. And then there's a bunch of plates in the hot tub, and you step on them. No, you know what? It's a bad analogy. I don't really know. This one's tough.
Pretend I was a little kid, a very little kid.
Okay, a very little kid. Okay. You know how you turn a light bulb on?
Even
And
younger.
if you put okay. You know how if you put a blanket over your head,
Yeah.
it gets kind of scary sometimes?
Yeah.
Okay, well imagine you poked a bunch of little holes in the
Yeah.
blanket with needles.
Okay.
So you're just jamming needles at your eyes, but it
Okay.
makes light come in, and it's not so scary anymore.
Yeah.
That's it.
Wow, that is simple.
Okay, anyways, let me get back to the real explanation.
Okay.
They got these damn electrons. The electrons are going through the tube, they're smashing into stuff. They're smashing into stuff, they're making light. There's another screen, the last screen, it's phosphors. It's a screen, it's coated with phosphors. The electrons smash into this phosphor screen. It makes a perfect image from, what they came in as, because it's all aligned and the tubes are going in the right way. Whatever, science bitches figured it out. The phosphors make it green. It's green because of the phosphorus. Whatever bullshit material phosphor is, it's green. So that's why your night vision's green.
Okay.
Okay. Then there's a way less bullshit version, which is thermal imaging. It's infrared. This one makes a lot more sense. So, well, probably not. I don't know. This one's better. I like it more. It's cool. So everything gives off little infrared heat particles, heat, light, infrared light. It's light you can't see, but it's there.
Sure.
And then these infrared ones, they just pick up on those infrared signals. So you can see stuff even in pitch black. Normal enhanced light. If you were in a cave, you ain't picking up shit, dog. You ain't picking up shit.
Okay, so it's really, you're just picking up. Yeah. Okay, I'm just going to share my screen so people can kind of see what Steve's talking about here.
I explained it perfectly.
You did. Just for visual learners.
Oh, yeah. So thermal black and white night vision. That's actually, so you can actually see the thermal, the infrared in the normal night vision.
Yeah.
And we actually have little flashlights. It's fun to shoot your flashlights on stuff.
Okay.
In the night vision.
So would you say night vision is better for seeing objects and thermal is better for seeing humans or people? Or they can both be just as good?
No. So night vision is better if there's a full moon out.
Okay.
So if you're out there and it's like a full moonlit night, night vision is going to work perfectly. You can see everything.
Okay.
But if there's no moon and no street lights and you're just in the middle of the woods, night vision sucks. And then thermal is good unless you're at like a weird temperature level of like an in-between temperature. So if it's a hot day and then it's turning into a cold, everything kind of blends together.
Okay.
Like the ground is the same temperature as the air.
Yeah.
And all the trees are the same temperature, so everything just becomes really blurry.
Okay. So do devices have the ability to do both sometimes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You usually have to like flick a little switch and then it'll change.
Sure.
But you can see like some infrared light in the normal image enhancing night vision goggles. So if you're like infrared flashlights and you want your buddy to like see where you are at night, you can flash him an IR flashlight. And if he has night vision goggles, he'll see it, but nobody else would see it.
Okay, so it's a way. Oh, I see. It illuminates something even better than just the glasses themselves, the goggles themselves.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So if it's really, really dim light, and you can aim your IR laser or IR flashlight at a target, and then your whole team will be able to see what you're aiming at.
I see.
So you can say, hey, guys, I think there's something right there. And you aim your invisible laser beam at it. and then only the other guys with the expensive
Crazy.
goggles can see it. Yeah, it's very
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. Now, one of the questions is, why can't we get color night vision?
What are you, rich?
Well, he just
What did
said
I
it's
not?
always
Did
black
I
and white
not
or
explain
green.
about the phosphorus? I thought I could have
You
sworn I
did it.
just
You did. You
explained
explained
about
it.
the
You explained that's why it's
phosphorus.
green, but there's no way around that. It seems like.
Well, you probably could do it if you were like rich.
Okay, so America's not rich enough. Nobody's rich enough to figure this out.
Yeah, they're too cheap.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So the best thing to look at through night vision goggles is animals. First time I saw night vision goggles, I was at Disney World. I saw a zebra. It was crazy. Then I was like, I have to have more of these. So I joined the army. And then one night, this is what every little young private does in the army. You get one night vision goggle. You don't get two. You only get
Yeah.
one. But if you look up at the stars, it collects the light from the stars, and you look up, and it is like every, I mean, everything is a star coming at you. You
Wow.
see, because you see the ones that you normally can't see, and it is like just
Okay.
a solid wall of stars in the whole night sky. It's very beautiful.
Crazy.
Yeah, I'd recommend it.
Recommend the
You know,
military or recommend the sky with night
that's
vision?
what it takes to get night vision goggles. I mean,
That's
it'll
true.
change your life. You'll have a moment. Put on some Chapel Roan, just look up. You can have a good night.
Was that a regret that you have is that you joined the military too early, that chaperone wasn't a thing until you left?
Yes. Oh, 100%. I would have been
Okay.
rolling around listening to Pink Pony Club
Okay, good.
while committing war crimes.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, it does seem fitting for like a movie trailer or something.
Yeah. Yeah, it
Yeah.
would have been good and bad.
Yeah, there you go. So that's a pretty good steed science. A couple little other fun facts I had is so now it can do 50 times brighter than existing light. That's the current technology, 50,000 times. When it was first
Okay,
invented, a
yeah.
thousand times. Now it's 50,000 times.
Yeah, that's significant. It works
Yeah.
pretty good.
My name is Jeff.
Okay, there is one scenario that I found that might be a fun experience, Steve, if we're ever in Las Vegas together. They have the that restaurant there, dining in the dark type of thing, where you show
Oh
up.
God.
Have you heard about this?
No, it
It's
sounds so
literally
terrible
completely
though.
black. They actually take your watch and your phone, you have to put it in like a locker, and then they walk you in kind of human centipede style, and you go to your seat,
Okay,
and
so
then all the waiters
they
are
give
wearing
you a
night vision
fork or
goggles.
something?
What's that?
Oh my God. Oh,
Yeah.
so you can actually see them a little bit. I don't like that. You can see the green glow on under their eyes.
Oh, I bet you could. You're right. If that's
Yeah.
I wouldn't know that because I've never even seen them in person. But
Mhm.
yeah, the concept is like it is pitch black in there. Like they have zero
Okay,
zero
how am I
light.
gonna know when I'm done eating or my plate's empty?
I would add, that's like kind of want to experience it. I tried to people had very high rated reviews on this place. It's expensive. It's like $100 a person
Fuck
to do
that.
this.
I'm out. I'm
I
out.
can just turn off the lights in my place and eat a food alone. I'll set up
That'd
my
be
thing. I'll turn off
yeah.
all the lights. It just
And
saves a
see if
lot
the
of money.
food tastes better or something.
It would be interesting to not. I'm sure it is. I heard it has to change the experience a little bit. Like it, not there's no visual
Yeah, but they
eating
could
there.
be feeding you bugs. That would be the big gag. If they like charge you $100 and they're like, you just ate a bunch of bugs.
Yeah,
Here's
nice
pictures
job.
of you eating bugs,
You
eating
look
this
like an
spider.
idiot. You
Yeah.
look like an idiot.
Hey, I stopped smoking cigarettes.
Oh, good.
Isn't that something? I'm on to cigars now. Yeah, I'm onto a 5-year plan. I eliminated the cigarettes, then I go to cigars, then I go to pipes, then I go to chewing tobacco, then I'm onto that nicotine gum.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if I have any other fun night vision stories. It will smash you in the freaking eyeball. So the bullshit thing about night vision in the army is that they only give you one. So in all the cool guy movies, they
Yes.
have two. In the real army, for poor guy army, when you're not good at stuff, they just give
Yeah.
you one eyeball. And it's a fucking bitch to walk around, so you have no depth perception. So
Is it strapped to your head, or are you physically
it's
holding it?
it's strapped to your helmet,
Okay.
and it comes down, and it always smashes you in the eye when you
Okay.
flip it down.
Like a monocle. It's a night vision monocle.
Like a monocle. And then you'll be walking around, no depth perception, and you'll walk into shit. Or like smash your hand on it constantly, and then it just comes and smashes you in the eye.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so if you're buying one, just spend the extra $100 or something and buy a double pair.
Yeah.
It would look way cooler.
Do the
always
SEALs
wanted a double.
do like the pro guy, the Rangers and stuff? They get probably the full headset.
I'm pretty sure they give them those
Yeah. Now,
doubles.
it's also built into a lot of the Army vehicles, right? Or planes and stuff like that. It's just built into
Yeah.
this. Yeah.
It's
so you're good.
like drivers will have, it depends on the vehicle. I won't get too deep
Yeah.
into it, but
Yeah.
the more expensive ones have like the drivers have a screen that just has night vision
Yeah.
for their
Yeah.
driving, which, you know, if you're in a really dark night, it just doesn't do shit. So they're driving blind.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I've had to take my thermal camera from the gunner's turret sometimes, aim the thermal at the road because the driver can't see anything. I have to look ahead and be like, okay, the road's going to turn left soon. And then he's like,
Yeah,
oh
it's a little
shit.
scary when
I
you're
can't-
driving. Yeah. Since you're driving a big vehicle like you guys were in, is like if you run over the wrong thing, you're just running it over. Like you're smashing that thing.
Oh yeah, we took trees down.
Yes.
The worst is when you drive into a hole though.
Oh, God.
No suspension on those bad boys.
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah.
God.
So you lose some teeth.
Yeah, so basically the way we're going with this, yeah, other than hunting, vast majority of night vision stories and everything have to do with the military in some sense.
Yeah. Which
That's
is
just
kind
kinda
of
the reality of
bullshit.
it.
It should
Yeah.
be used in like, you know, everybody should have one. I
I
think
would
a little
like
bit
it.
of night vision.
How about something on your phone, your cell phone? That's the next thing I want.
Oh,
Here's what would be
I
nice.
wonder if they
I'm
could do
going,
that.
like my son's sleeping in my room. I want to go in there. I want to grab my pajamas. Problem is I have
Yeah.
to turn on my flashlight on my phone.
Can't be
I'm
doing
worried
that.
about being too bright. If I had night vision on my phone, going there, grabbing pajamas, walking out,
Yeah.
easy.
Okay, I'm looking it up. You can get $374, double eye pair.
Okay.
It's striketech.com. And so that's one end of the spectrum. The other end is $24,995.
Yeah.
But it seems like you can get a pretty good pair around $300.
And that's probably early generation stuff.
Yeah, I don't know why. Like I'm looking at like 20 options. They're all like, 300. Some are 2,000, but these are long range ones. And then there's just some douchebag pair that's $24,000. What the hell?
It's just for hardos. Just for like.
Yeah. Do you want to buy a
grade.
new car or do you want?
Yeah, exactly.
Want to buy some night vision goggles that work slightly better?
For 20 times the price. Nice. Okay, well there you go, Steve. That's night vision. I will do one quick side story unrelated to night vision. This happened a couple of weeks ago, then I'll get into some other stuff next week. I was at a concert for Regina Spektor. Regina Spektor.
Again?
Yeah, second time I've seen Regina Spektor.
This is crazy in the last few months.
Well, the other time was that might have been like a year and a half ago. It just seems recent.
No. I want you to look it up. You talked about it on the show.
I did talk about it on the show because it was odd
It was like autumn. It was autumn of
your
last
voice is breaking up pretty heavily now.
Oh, well, because my headphones are probably dead, Jared.
Steve sounds like a robot. This is crazy. Yeah, the reason I said it I brought up before is because we were at the concert.
There was
Nobody
the girl
was making
there.
a noise. Yeah, nobody's making a noise. There was one girl that was like singing along the whole time, and it was so distracting that Rita told her to stop. This time, maybe just a weird group of people that go to these things. There was a girl, literally, I'm not exaggerating. She was standing next to me. This is a standing room only place, Talia Hall in Chicago. She is knitting, Steed. She is knitting. Okay. She is standing knitting the whole time this concert is going on. She has her little crochet thing, and she's doing this, and she's knitting. Wow. I don't know. It's always only a square at that point, like maybe this big of a square, like I don't know, what is this, like a 5 by 5.
She's knitting it for Regina. Yeah.
She didn't get it done in time.
Oh my God.
But whatever it was the oddest thing to look down to my left, and there was just somebody knitting at a concert while standing at a concert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should have learned your lesson the first time you went to a Regina Spektor concert. concert. Actually, maybe it was the same girl, and she's getting better. She found something to calm her down.
Yes, yes. It keeps
She's
her if her
knitting.
hands are fidgeting, she won't yell out obscenities.
Oh my God, that would the first one. I'm still like cringing. That's one of the cringiest things I've ever heard.
Oh, it was it was really with the when there's like, 1,000 something people at a venue and you only hear one person and then the artist tells you to stop.
Yeah, that's
Like
bad.
that's rough.
You gotta leave.
You
I
gotta
don't know.
leave at that point. Yeah. Anyway, so that
Poor
was
guy.
my recent concert story, but I just thought just odd thing to be going on. Not I've seen people eating weird things at concerts. I've seen this is the weirdest. Knitting is just the oddest one.
Yeah, I usually stick to just drinking as much of, the cheapest alcohol that I can
Yeah,
find there.
yeah, that's usually the move.
That's a normal guy move, right?
Yes. Did you have something else, Steve, you want to get to?
Oh, my stupid car is broken.
I thought it was a brand new Jeep.
It's a brand new 2020 Jeep Cherokee
Yeah.
with 30,000 miles.
Yeah. So what happened?
It's under factory warranty and it broke.
Oh my God.
And I took it to the store and they're like, it's under the warranty. So this is after a week of them having it.
Yeah.
They're like, we want this car. Take this worse Jeep
Yeah.
Cherokee, non-Trailhawk edition. So it has
Wow.
100 less horsepower,
Wow.
which I will not stand for.
No, that's embarrassing.
Okay, so Jared, I'm considering recourse.
Sorry about that. It's a rich guy problem, Steve.
I know it is rich guy problems. I'm like, yeah, I'm driving a Jeep around for free, but give me the slightly nicer Jeep.
Yeah.
This is
Tough.
like me when Jared flies.
When the Wi-Fi wasn't working on my flight to
The
Aspen.
Wi-Fi was working.
That was brutal. That was one of the worst times of my life.
Yeah, my 100 horsepower less car has been horrific for me, actually. I can't pass people on the highway as effectively.
Yeah, it's slightly slower to passing people.
It is. I
Uh,
don't like it.
yeah, nice. All right, well, we'll wrap it up there. We're gonna do another episode. Obviously next week. I might
We'll
be
do
moving
one
these to
next.
Friday, Steed. I'm going between Thursday and Friday for season 2. I might end up moving this to Friday just to ease up the schedule a little bit for me, editing wise. But either way, anyway, email the show, chubstep.podcast@gmail.com. That's where we got this idea for the night vision one. We're gonna do a Lego one soon, based on another email. So lots of, I don't know. We're doing differently. We're mixing it up. Was night vision as electrifying as duct tape?
No,
It was different. It was more technical.
it was
It
more
was
technical.
it was more military based.
I got really into that, and you guys understand how it works now.
But at least you don't understand. Yeah, you understand how it works. So there you go. Next time it'll be something different. We'll see.
We'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens. All right. The show has ended. Be gone.
Now you know you got to go.
Peace. This is Yasin.